Hey y'all. Sorry, it took me a minute to get on here. Like I said, little one took just a little bit longer than I thought she would fall asleep. So here I am. Hi Kimberly. And I'm not sure who else is on here, but hey guys. I hope y'all had a good day. Um, so who all do we have in here? I know we got Kimberly. Kimberly, it's good to see you. Oh, and y'all might get to see Jasper. Hey Tony. Good to see y'all on here. Still feels weird to be the one on this side of the camera. I'm used to being on the other side. Well, it looks like the first one y'all are going to get to see may just be Skylar. She's debating. Aren't you, Skylar? Come here. This is Skylar. She's a little wiggly. You want to say hi? This is one of our youngest. Say hi. She probably won't stay long. She's not one to sit in one place for very long. So how's everybody doing today? Are y'all having a good 2024 so far? Skylar, can you say hi? I'm learning how to pop pop there we go. Figuring out how to pop the comments up there. I don't know how to star stuff and all that, so I'm just not figuring that out. Anyway, I don't know how long I'll stay on here, but I figured I'd at least want to come on and say hi. Tony slept till 4 p.m. I wish I had. Would have woke up at 9 and couldn't go back to sleep. I was the only one awake for like 3 hours. Just me and the cats. Jasper wasn't even awake. Come here, Jasper. Come here. Y'all might want to actually get to meet Jasper in person. Y'all hear about him all the time. But he is in his bed and he doesn't want to come over here. So anyway, Skylar does, don't you? So, what, Skylar? She's making it hard to do anything. Skylar's one that just to kind of sorry. She's one that we got her mama when her mama was pregnant, and we ended up keeping the entire litter. Yeah, I kind of dread taking our Christmas tree down. We're late putting it up, so I'm going to try and take it down probably tomorrow, the next day sometime. Yes, quiet time in the morning is always a good thing. At least for a little while. Get time for my coffee and have peace and quiet. What little there is around here. Come here, Jasper. Come here, Jasper. Oh, he's finally decided to listen. He's a little stubborn. Come here, Jasper. Come here. There's Jasper. You want to say hi? Say, look. There's Jasper. Jasper, say hi. Sorry, y'all. I don't have an actual camera, so I have to turn the entire laptop. I don't have an actual microphone. So I have to, Anyway, yes, and I don't like taking the tree down either. I don't think my daughter's going to be very happy about it. She loves the tree. And I know the cats are not going to be happy about it. Sorry, y'all hear. That's just the dishwasher, y'all hear. Cats are definitely not going to be happy about it. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, Tony. I have a 21-year-old. She doesn't live here anymore, but yeah, when she was living here and as a teenager, Yeah, she would be in there yelling at her games. She tried to keep the swear words to a minimum, but well, at least around me it's not so bad. But around especially around my mom would have had a heart attack. Um. Anyway, so this is gonna take some getting used to being the one talking. I may be like Aaron and not you know how Aaron hates dead air. I think I'm gonna be like that. So hopefully I don't just start rambling about nothing like I already am. Anyway, I do have my buddy Jasper next to me. He's just laying there. He didn't really want to get back up with me, but he did. My husband, y'all may hear my husband at some point. He's in the other room, but I told him he could pop on if he wanted to. But yes, that's oh, thank you, Kimberly. I appreciate that. When I was rewatching myself a little bit earlier, I thought it looked really blurry, and yes, you have a point. As far as the tree, it wouldn't seem that special if we left it. So I guess it eventually does have to come down. And Tony, yeah, I kind of feel this. My daughter feels the same way with me. I'm not as strict. I'm not as I don't know how to put it. It's going to sound mean, but not really uptight, but just kind of strict like my mom was as far as cussing and stuff, and still is. So yeah, my daughter knows she can do some of that around me, not too much, but she can do some of that around me. Not around my mom, no. But I think I knew almost as soon as she started. My daughter does smoke. I think I knew as soon as she started smoking, but my mom just recently found out. I thought about that, keeping the tree up, decorating it for the holidays. But I don't know. We really don't have anything to decorate it with, or any decorations. I don't know and I haven't even asked my husband what he'd think about that. So he may want me to go ahead and take it down. He's not quite as into Christmas as I am. I'm the one that collects Santa Clauses, and at last count, I had well over 60, but I don't put them out anymore because 15 cats, they like to knock things off, and some of them are glass. Don't you, Shelly? Hi, Shelly. You gonna say hi?
No.
No? Okay. I thought he might want to poke his head in. And yeah, actually, it's a good idea, Tony. But I'm gonna have to talk to him about it. Shelly's over here debating if she's gonna come in camera view or not. This is Shelly's, like I said earlier, she's the one, if y'all didn't see it earlier, she's the one that we found in our yard. She came from a neighbor that dumped all of her cats out, and she stopped feeding them. This is sorry, I want to show you that side of her. This side. This is Shelly. Can you say hi? Say I am super soft and I'm super sweet. And Skylar's gonna come back. This is Tony, I bet. I got enough to handle with just one. I don't know how you do two. And yeah, I remember you telling me that you had Joe or Polly. Sorry. Like I said, I have enough with one. We drive each other crazy. I love him, and he'll tell you the same thing. We drive each other crazy. I'm as far decorating for holidays. I get kind of lazy, honestly, and I really need to start doing better, especially with the little one. But as far as Halloween, we're never home to do trick or treat, so that's one of the reasons we don't decorate for Halloween. Just because I don't want people thinking that we're going to be here for them to come here and trick or treat when we're not. We always go to our church has trunk or treat, or we take the little one out somewhere, so we're never home on Halloween. And yes, Tony, it's real. That's good. I'm glad they take good care of you. You deserve that. I said my husband and I try to take care of each other, but like I said, we have our differences. But I guess like you say here, it's any relationship. We're two different people. So anyway, let's see. Just scroll this down. I think it automatically scrolls. Sorry, I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. The little one took a few minutes to the little one took a few minutes longer than I thought she would to fall asleep. So I thought she'd be tired because she didn't take a nap today, but she wasn't quite as tired as I thought. Yeah, my husband is on disability. He has a bad back, along with some other health problems. So yes, I understand the stress of having not much income. I mean, technically I'm a writer, but I haven't been able to write because of my eyes. It's hard for me to. I have this font on here set really big where I can see y'all's comments, but as far as writing, I don't know if I could look at the screen long enough to finish the book that I started writing. So that's my issue. As I start getting headaches, I may end up having to file for disability myself, but just kind of waiting to see. And Kimberly, yes, she's 4. She was a late in life child for us. I have one daughter. My oldest daughter's 21, and then my youngest is 4. Yeah, Mama definitely has to do Mama things. I appreciate that. Kimberly, I have thought about that dictating verbally, but to me, the story just doesn't flow as well. Like if I'm saying it out loud as it does when I'm typing. So I don't know. I've really got to work on that. And that's another idea, Tony. I have thought about that too, but it's just the same thing as if I'm dictating it to somebody or saying it out loud for me, I don't know why it just doesn't flow as well. But I really do have to get back to writing. It's been like a year. It's been over a year. And I have a book out there that's unfinished. I write on an app called Dream. So, the what I have, what I do, the way you, sorry, blah blah blah. When you write on an app like that, I don't know if anybody out there that's listening, I don't know if y'all have done that or not, but when you write on those apps, you update as you go. So everything that I've written is on the app, and I feel bad for leaving my readers hanging, but I have to get back to it. And honestly, I type faster than I talk. So when I'm writing, it's like, I get my fingers get ahead of my thoughts, but it just flows better. I don't know why, it just does. Hey, Milo. More cats. But anyway, and I write fantasy fiction, so it's just it's not like I can get somebody else to help me research or anything. It's all stuff that just comes out of my head. But my husband has asked me several times, "Are you ever gonna get back to writing?" I really want to. That was my dream from the time I was little, to be a writer. I've always been a bookworm. my parents would always, if they ever couldn't find me, I was holed up in my bedroom with a book. Yeah, I guess Tony, I guess I could try that. As far as typing, but you know, I guess just mostly I would need somebody to proof. Is it like a proofreader? That's kind of what I'm thinking of. You need like a proofreader or something. Yeah, I love. I could spend hours reading before all this, especially before all this happened with my eyes. But my mom actually got me something for Christmas that will help as far as reading the book. It's a big, I don't know, over here with me, but it's a magnifying thing that I guess you just lay it down on the book and it magnifies the entire page at one time. So that'll be nice. Anyway, did y'all notice that not many people went live today? Like I was waiting for Liz or Marilyn or somebody to go live just to, because that's what I'm used to watching every day. There wasn't that many people. Hi Skylar. You just want all kinds of attention today, don't you? Skylar is not always snuggly. Yeah, I could. The only person that might be able to do that is my husband, and I don't know if he would be. I don't know if he would be. He's not. My husband is not one to sit in one place. And, for very long. He's up and moving around all the time. So I don't know if he would. I don't know if he'd be able to do that or not. So I may have to ask him about that. Also got Skylar's sister may come over here in a minute. She's watching me. Yes, and I did watch Tommy. I saw him go live. I saw him, and I watched Reese. The two of them together cracked me up. They are so funny, especially the way she always talks about Tommy's hands. Look at his hands. Anyway, I love Reese. Bella, you want to come say hi? No. I have Bella over there staring at me. That's Skylar's sister. Oh, is Nora live? I think Mitch is live right now too. I thought I was going to watch Mitch, and then I realized, hey, wait a minute. I'm scheduled to go live. Can't watch him. I may watch him a little bit afterwards. Anyway. Bella. Come here. No, I wanted to show y'all Bella. She's our smallest. Come here, Bella. Here she comes. Come on. Come here, Bella. You're not Bella. Come here, Bella. No, not Bella. You're Skylar. That's Skylar again. Come here, Bella. I think y'all have probably seen me show where I've showed pictures on Cricket's channel of the twins, the boys. These are their sisters. Skylar's one of their sisters, and Bella has changed her mind. The Bella's their other sister. Yeah, I actually, Tony, I thought about that. I thought about, this going live every day. But I don't know if I have enough to talk about to go live every day. I do want my channel to grow, and I think I gained a couple subscribers today. Yay. I just got to look into now seeing how many, seeing what all the rules are as far as how many you have to do certain things on YouTube. I would like to eventually have it monetized or whatever. And Tony, the only thing I could tell some of my stories, but I would have to come up with new ones because the ones that I have are contracted onto Dream, so I don't know if I can upload them here. I may need to look into that because actually I am contracted to Dream. I can't write for anybody else for I think another year and a half. I it was a 3-year contract I signed. I think it's been a year and a half, and the stories were contracted for 5 years, the books contracted for 5. Kind of wish I hadn't done that, but I didn't know any better at the time. I was just starting out, and I thought that's what I had to do. But anyway, hindsight's 2020, you know. I think this might be the night for Steve-O. I'll have to. I looked on this. I didn't see where he had scheduled a live or anything, and I haven't talked to him, so I don't know. He said he was going to email me, but he hasn't ever emailed me. I hate when somebody does. I love you, Steve-O. What? I've been waiting to see what this good news is. He said he was going to send me good news. Email me, Steve-O, if you're listening. Yeah, I guess I could tell new ones. Honestly, Dream is based in another country. So they're based in Singapore. I don't know if they would ever. I write under my real name. So, I don't know if they would know how to find me to see that I'm telling stories. They just said I couldn't write anymore. They didn't say I couldn't tell anymore. Anyway. And Kimberly, Steve-O has emailed me one time, but that was because I asked when I was waiting on the Davy doll, I asked him if he had sent it and if he had a tracking number for me. So he did email me. He emailed me the tracking number. And my 4-year-old, of course, has stolen my Davy doll. It's in the bed with her as we speak. Anyway. Yes, and it says we have 5 people listening. I'm just wondering who the other 3 are. Who's our lurkers? Anyway, 5 people is the most I've had. And I wish I could show y'all my 4-year-old, but she will not be on any of these videos because there's weird people out there. I do post her on my Facebook, but my Facebook is set to private. So, at least I know who's seeing her there. I mean, I guess, technically people could still see her that I don't know if she's on my Facebook, but anyway. Sorry, my husband's walking by. I did tell my husband he could pop on here, but I don't think he's going to. I guess you're going to pop on here, are you? Nope, he went the other way. Now, I may eventually, if my adult daughter is ever here when I'm doing a live, or if I ever do a live while she's here, whatever, she may come on here. But I don't know how we do that without the 4-year-old wanting to be on here. And actually, I don't know. Are you shy? My friend Tony on here, she says that you're shy.
Totally?
Yeah.
No,
no.
It's your show. It's your thing.
He said no. He said no. It's your show. It's your thing. He's definitely not shy. But he's just busy. He's doing the litter boxes and stuff. And yeah, I'm just like, I want to know who's watching. I'm nosy, people. I'm not as bad as my mama, but I'm nosy. My mom has this saying that, my mom will ask 20 questions about everything. And it's just because she cares. So, I joke with her about, asking all these questions. And she'll say curiosity. And I tell her, curiosity killed the cat. And she'll always tell me, yeah, but satisfaction revived it. But she always tells me I don't ask enough questions, like especially with my adult daughter. But I told her it's because she's grown And I try to stay out of her business unless I feel like I need to ask questions. But I have found that with being that way, as far as, not asking a lot of questions, my daughter actually tells me more, I feel like. And, that's where, I was using that towel to clean up stuff earlier. Milo! It's funny how my husband has, and yes, Tony, you are exactly right. We will always be their mamas, no matter how old they get, and no matter how much it drives them crazy. It's funny how I have certain cats that follow me around, and he has certain ones that follow him around. Like, the only time you will probably ever see Milo or Natasha on here is when my husband's around. Sasha follows him mostly, but she does come with me sometimes. Now another one you will probably see eventually is my boy, my sweet boy. What I call him, Dakota. I don't know where he's at now, but he's usually right beside me. And thank you, Kimberly. I try to, I figure if she wants me to know something, she'll tell me. That's what I told my mom. And by the way, y'all, we can continue the Xenu Marlene if y'all want on this channel. So, it's just water. Xenu Marlene, y'all. For those of you who may not know, Xenu Marlene is just a... Yeah, there you go. I was waiting on that, Kimberly. It's a game that started on other channels. Basically, you just kind of imbibe on whatever you have, whatever drink you have, or any, whatever you got there that you're imbibing on, which for me is usually water or coffee. And do like a cheers for anybody that might come back later and watch that doesn't know. The way I've met most of my subscribers so far is through channels that are they're based on helping people get out of Scientology, which which is SPTV Nation. And of course, if you know about Scientology, you've probably heard about Xenu, the alien that supposedly brought down all these souls from wherever they came from and blew them out of volcanoes. And Marlene there's a lady named Marilyn Honig that is on part of SPTV. Marlene was the cult leader of the cult that Marilyn was in, Marlene Sweeney. And Marilyn will tell you, she says her name as often as she can. Because she earned it. So anyway, that's where that comes from. And yes, Tony, my husband will tell you I am a coffee fanatic. Like, I have 3 different flavors of coffee in the cabinet right now. So I have hazelnut, I have cinnamon vanilla, and I have caramel pecan. So anyway. Oh yeah. At least, if you haven't heard of Xenu, watch the South Park show about Scientology, which I will be honest and tell you, I have not seen that. I've seen parts of it, but every time I try to look it up, I can't find it. So anyway, but I have heard that it is extremely accurate. But I'll be honest, I haven't really tried real hard to find it yet. Anyway, I We're almost at 30 minutes. This is the longest stream I've done so far. Yay. Now if we can, you know, I figure, and I'm guessing y'all are planning on watching cricket later. I hope to, hopefully she goes live. Today I found, after today not seeing as many as of the ones that I'm used to, I don't feel like my day is complete unless I watch cricket. So, which for anybody that's watching that doesn't know who cricket is, her channel name is Chow Yun Smut. It is, I can put it in the comments here. That's one that you need to check out. She's trying to build her channel just like I'm trying to build mine. And also, I do moderate for a couple of other channels. There's Marilyn Honig, which is coffee, cults, and crafts, and there's also Denver Stevo, which is his screen name, Denver Stevo. That's a couple of channels. If anybody, y'all want a couple of channels to check out, they are really good too. There's a real South Park. Why did I not know that? That is pretty cool. And oddly, Kimberly, and Tony, I've forgotten what part of the country you're in. I know you've told me, and I can't remember, but Kimberly, I do remember you being in Colorado. Oddly, most of the stories that I write are based in Colorado or in that area, even though I've never been there. Missouri, that's right. I tend to base, and actually some of my stories I've had, the characters have been in parts of Missouri as well, even though I have been there once when I was, I don't know, 14, 15, something like that. I had some family up there, and when my great uncle passed away, we went up there to get a car that he had left to my dad in his will. We had to go get it. And my dad still has it, but he's never finished fixing it up. It's a 55 Ford wagon or 57 Ford wagon. The only Ford my dad owns. My dad's a big Chevy person. So, but anyway. Yeah, I guess, but it's because I've always wanted to visit the Rockies, so I tend to base my stories there. Like I've done a lot of research in there, but I haven't actually ever been there. I would love to go out there one day and visit the Rockies. I wanted to go, when I was a teenager, and my uncle was in the Army and based in Denver or somewhere near Denver. But he was military intelligence, so he wasn't always at the base, and he was not allowed to tell us when he was leaving the base, so I didn't want to go out to visit and him not be there. Oddly, he showed up one time, and I had a great aunt that owned a bar in Texas, at the Mexican border, and I remember there was a story once that he showed up in Colorado Springs. That may have been where he was. I'm not sure exactly. It's been a long time ago. But I remember when my uncle was military, they said that he showed up at my great aunt's bar in Texas when he was supposed to be in Colorado, and he couldn't tell her why he was there. He was not allowed. This would have been over 20 years ago. It would have been. This was actually when Operation Desert Storm started. I remember that. I just remember the timing there. I remember with my sister and I being all very upset because we were afraid he'd have to go, which we did find out sort of by accident years later that he did have to go there. He wasn't allowed to tell us when he went. We didn't know he was there. And he's not, even to this day, he's not allowed to tell us any of the details of what all he did. Anyway, he's loved. I'm in a valley. Where I'm at. I'm in the Tennessee Valley, so I'm surrounded by mountains, and I've always loved the mountains. I'm fascinated with them. I've always wanted to see the Rockies. I'm where I'm at. Where the mountains I'm surrounded by are part of the Smokies. I think. I'm pretty sure. I mean, when I think of the Smokies, I think of like Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge and all that. But I'm told these mountains are also part of the Smokies. Yeah, I actually have to go over a mountain to get to my daughter's where my daughter lives. you know, she'll always talk about going over having to go over the mountain. I'm like, do you realize how many mountains there are here? Because when she first moved out there, it was a while before I actually got out there to see her, because it's the guy that she's dating grew up in that town. So she actually moved in with him, with his parents, and she was trying to tell me how to get there. She's like, you go over the mountain. I'm like, did you forget which? Oh yeah. Anyway, it's actually I'm hoping to see her more, maybe a little bit in the next couple of weeks, because she's training for her new job. It's a grocery store that's opening not far from where they live, but where they're training at is like 1 or 2 towns over from me. Yeah, I guess it's 2 towns. Anyway. I think the Smokies are part of the Appalachian chain, but I don't know the maximum altitude. I know if if I remember from what I researched, I do remember that I think the Rockies are definitely higher, but I can't remember for sure which one is the tallest of the Appalachians. And yes, I'm looking forward to seeing more of my child. She's I hate that normally I only get to see her maybe once a month, twice a month if I'm lucky. Sometimes not even. Sometimes we miss a month here and there. Sorry. But I'm really hoping that with them being so close here training, I'm hoping I get to see her more. She's staying with her aunt, which is on her dad's side of the family. She's staying at her house. Yeah, she's been with this guy for like, I want to say 3 years, a little over 3 years. Not really like him. He treats her good. So that's all I really care about. He's nice. Very nice man. Very nice guy. He's a joker. Just about every picture I have of him and her, that man's trying to put bunny ears on somebody. Oh, wow. You live at 6,000 feet. That's a lot. I used to have a cousin that lived in the Rockies at one point. It was actually my mom's cousin. And I kept thinking I'd go out there and visit him, but it never happened. Appalachians are in Virginia, and the Smokies are in Tennessee. Yeah, that sounds about right. But I was thinking they somehow like combined. I could be wrong. I don't know enough about the mountains around me. I do know. I can tell you the names of them. There's Lookout. There's Creek Mountain. There's Mount Eagle is not far. But anyway, no, I do have. I have a friend that actually fell off of Lookout Mountain and lived to tell the tale. This was years ago. He's actually my mom and dad's friend when I was a kid. Wayne, if you ever come across this story, reach out to me. I'd like to hear from you again. But he actually was You grew up around the Rockies. I want to see them. I want to see the Rockies. No, I have a friend that when him and his wife and a couple of their friends were, they were probably, I'm thinking probably late 20s, early 30s, maybe. They were up they had decided one night to go up onto Lookout Mountain to, just to kind of goof off, do whatever. Well, this was, back then, the Lookout Mountain was not that heavily populated. It was a lot of woods. So they were out there just, I guess they were camping. But anyway, the girls decided to go off to use the restroom. Of course, there's just woods there. So they went off into the woods to use the restroom. Well, the guys decided to hide from them. This is, and I could be a little off on the story. Like I said, it was a long time ago and I was little, but I remember hearing the story retold. They were, the guys decided to hide from the ladies and jump out at them when they when they um when they came back. And my friend Wayne jumped out from behind a rock, and when he did, his foot slipped and he went backwards off the mountain. I don't remember how many feet he fell. I want to say it was around 70, but I could be off. I just remember him saying that he never lost consciousness. Somehow he landed in a cave and he somehow never lost consciousness. And they said it's a good thing that he didn't, because he was able to to talk enough to direct the rescuers to find him. It still took hours to get to him, from what I remember, but they said he broke like almost every bone in his body or something. It was bad. But anyway, needless to say, he didn't jump out from behind things after that. He was lucky to be, luckily he could still walk and all that. He was still, but I do remember it took him a long time to recover. Anyhow, sorry, y'all. Wow, 42 minutes. And yes, this is Lookout Mountain. It's in the Smokies. It's in Chattanooga. Where I live, I'm technically in Georgia, but I'm only a few miles from the Tennessee state line. I'm not far from Chattanooga. I actually worked in Chattanooga off and on for many years. One of the places I worked, I worked at Taco Bell for a long time. It was just over the state line in Tennessee, in Chattanooga. Right. So they call Chattanooga the scenic city, and it's mostly because of the mountains around it. I love it there. It's home. Even though, well, I mean, technically Georgia is, but Jasper left me. Even my dog abandoned me, y'all. I can almost guarantee that he is probably sitting outside my daughter's bedroom door waiting to go in there and go and snuggle up in the bed with her. You're about 15 miles north of the New Mexico border. So see, you know what it's like. When my aunt, both of my parents grew up in Florida, and my mom's sister came up here one time, and I remember several times. But I remember one time when she came up here, she was absolutely fascinated that we could drive 5 minutes and be in another state. She was like, "We have to drive 3 hours to get to another state." We laughed about that for a long time. Tony, I don't blame you. I have lived away from here briefly. Like, I lived in Nashville for a year when I went to school. But even there was mountains. And I don't know that I would feel weird living where there's not mountains. Like, I go to visit my family in Florida and it's also flat there. And to me, it feels weird, you know. I know when we do this cruise that Cricket's talking about, for cookies getting together. I'm hoping, you know, my husband and I have been talking about it. I don't think we've made a decision, yes or no yet. But I would like, if we go, I would like to go a little bit early. Like go down a couple days early to see my family there. You know, my parents both come from big families, so still have quite a few relatives down there. And some of them I haven't seen. Last time I went to Florida was 13 years ago, almost 14 years ago. And some of them I haven't seen since then. I mean, I talked to them, but I haven't seen them. It'd be really nice to actually see them. You know, like I have, a lot of them have never met my 4-year-old. There are some that have come up here. There's quite a few that have come up here and so they've gotten to meet her. But I have some relatives down there that haven't been, for whatever reason, aren't able to travel. So they haven't gotten to meet her. And I would like for them to get to know her. And some of them haven't seen her since she was a baby. So anyway, my Aunt Patsy, she comes up here. My dad's sister, she comes up here like once or twice a year. So my daughter knows her, and she knows a couple other aunts and uncles. She knows a couple other aunts and uncles from talking to them on the phone. But anyway. So sorry, I can't talk. You have an aunt and uncle in Sarasota, Kimberly. See, my mom's side of the family is in and around Tampa and Clearwater. No, they're not Scientologists. And Dad's side is in the Orlando area. There's a small town about 40 miles north of Orlando called Eustis. And they kind of centered around there. They're in Eustis, Umatilla, Leesburg. There's those several little towns there that they're all they live in. They're all kind of grouped together there. Yeah, I'd love to be able to go. Now, I think I do have a cousin. I think I might have some family that lives near Miami. I might have to ask my mom to be sure. Because several of my cousins have moved around a lot, and I'm sorry, there's a place on my screen that's driving me crazy. Anyway. Yeah, it'd be really nice to be able to get down there and see some of my family. Like I said, the last time I went was 13 years ago, almost 14 years ago, when my cousin, so I think y'all seen me mention him in the chat before, my cousin Johnny was killed in a car accident. And the accident was at the end of May 2010. And he lived for like 11 days, so he actually died in June. But the last time I went down there was for his funeral. Stand by for water. And I just, for a few years, I didn't go because it would seem so weird to go down there and him not be there. Then for the last few years, it's just been money. See me, Marlene, y'all. I got my water. Don't have my coffee. I gotta make me some coffee soon. Anyway. Yeah, I guess time does kind of go by a little faster on these streams once you actually have people to talk to. The first stream, there was nobody. In the second stream, Maya was there. The one that I did this morning, Maya was on there. But, and yeah, the money is definitely tight because, like I said, I haven't been able to, with my eyes, I haven't been able to, not only have I not been able to write, I haven't really been able to work because, I didn't feel like it would be right to get a job and then have to take time off for surgery here, time off for surgery there, plus reading a screen. I don't know of any job where you're gonna be able to. I want to work from home. Just so, that's I'm kind of a homebody. I really like to work from home, so I don't know of any jobs where you can work from home and not look at a screen. I mean, even if you don't work from home, most jobs you're going to have to look at a screen, and I can't. My problem is if I use reading glasses, I can read, but then I can't. I'd be taking them on and off all day. It would drive me crazy because I can't look around with the reading glasses. And yes, Kimberly, I hope I'm done. I hope I'm done with surgeries. I go tomorrow for a recheck to see how this eye is doing, and it's this one. So this eye I just had surgery on. So I'm really hoping this is the last surgery. There is one other one above that one that I was. If the last two surgeries I had it was the same surgery, just different eyes. It's just they went in and I'm not sure exactly what they do, but it's something with the laser it's to reduce pressure from the glaucoma. But I still have to take eye drops. I still have to do eye drops every day. There is one other one if those don't work, which honestly, the pressure on my right side had started going down. It went like they want the pressure in your eye. I think they want it to be like under 12. And before my surgery, it was running in the 20s. But then right after my surgery, it went down to like 8 in the right eye. So they were pretty happy with that. But then the last time I went back, it was back at like 28. So I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do about that. I don't know if they're going to add drops. We may eventually have to do another surgery. There is one after this. It's a little more extensive. They have to go in and put like some sort of a tube in there to help. I don't know. He tried to explain it to me, and it was kind of like speaking Greek to me. The only part I really understood is I wouldn't have to do eye drops anymore, but it was a longer recovery time. So I opted for this one, to try this one first and see how we do. This is Sabrina, y'all. I can almost guarantee that most any time I'm here on a live, I'm out here on a live. She's not allowed in my daughter's bedroom, which will be the other place I might do. But any other time I'm out here on a live, you are going to see Sabrina. I call her my Velcro cat. She's kind of my favorite girl. Don't tell the rest of them. I love them all, but this is my girl. When my daughter, my 4-year-old, when she was learning to talk, she couldn't say Sabrina, so she called her Bree Bree, and it stuck. She has been Bree Bree pretty much ever since. Hey, if y'all, I was told a little bit of her story, or told her story this morning, but I don't know if y'all saw it or not. When we first got Sabrina, we got her from a rescue, and whoever had her before didn't want to bother getting her spayed. And when she had babies, they dumped her at a shelter, with her babies. And the rescue pulled all of them. And the agreement, what the rescue said that what they were trying to do, I wouldn't say the agreement, but what they were trying to do was, she was particularly bonded with one of her kittens, and they wanted them to go together. But by the time we found Sabrina, somebody had already adopted all the kittens have been adopted. Somebody had already taken that kitten and not adopted her. She was very depressed. She hung out at the back of her. She was hanging out at the back of her crate when we found her. She didn't want anybody to touch her. She wasn't aggressive or anything. She just didn't want to be. She just didn't want to be bothered. Anyway, long story short, after spending 2 weeks under our bathroom sink, and then sitting in there for the 2 weeks talking to her, she started coming out, and now she's more or less blossomed, and here she is, my little Velcro cat. She sticks to me. For some reasons, a lot of the other cats pick on her. We don't really know why. We have asked the vet and everything. They can't really figure out why. But some of the other cats pick on her, so that's one of the reasons she sticks with me, because I don't let the other cats bother her. But even before that started, because that didn't start right away, but even before that got started, she was my little Velcro cat. I have pictures when I was pregnant with my daughter, with my youngest, where I was laying down and she was, like curled up on my stomach. Yeah. Oh, good girl. And we also, I'm sure y'all probably saw this earlier, but we also call her Chatty Cathy because she usually has a lot to say. Like if we don't pay attention to her, the minute she wants attention, she will let you know that she wants attention. Now. Thank you. She's mad right now because my laptop is in my lap, and that's where she likes to be. So she's not real happy. Oh, yeah. You know how you see on Reese's streams, she's always holding Gertie, or sometimes Kid. I'm usually holding this girl. Every once in a while, Jasper will crawl up here and plant himself in my lap, but usually he's beside me and she's in my lap. Now, like I said, I usually have Dakota. I'm hoping to introduce y'all to Dakota one day. He's my, the one in my thumbnail. My profile picture is Dakota. Anyway, it's been almost an hour. Probably got another hour before Cricket goes live. Am I looking at the time right? Another hour and a half, maybe. It's hard trying to get her over here. I don't really know what else to talk about. Wow, I can't believe I did an hour. I was thinking I'd be lucky to make it 30 minutes. I have loved talking to y'all. Oh, my computer wants to update. It can wait. All right, Sabrina. Sorry, this thing is in my way. Go away. Yeah. She might. She could. I told her she could have to start scheduling these things. So, anyway, yes, thank you. I did it. I'm proud of myself. I made it almost an hour. Well, we got another minute and 21 seconds, so it'll be an hour. Thank y'all for coming on here and talking to me, so I didn't feel like I was talking to myself. I appreciate that. Sabrina, you want to say bye? Tommy always does on the lifeboat. Tommy always does a cat in a basket. So I could do a cat in the arms. I don't have a basket to put her in, and she probably wouldn't stay in it. But we can probably almost always show a kitty cat at the end, because I guarantee with all the ones I have, I will always find somebody willing to hang out with me. Anyway, I will see. Ladies, thank you so much again for hanging out with me. I will see y'all in a little over an hour, or maybe sooner, depending on when Cricket comes on. Bye, guys.